problems for a troubled
Earthquake.
singer. Yep,
We're having an earthquake. Okay, it appears to have stopped.
Yeah.
So the FDA is pulling the shots, limited, but they are doing it. FDA to limit shot approval, and it's only supposed to be for people over 65 and those with special medical conditions. But there's a catch. Until today, as Paul Thacker says, the U.S. government recommended 6-month-old infants get a vaccine. The FDA now limits vaccines to people who are 65 and over and those at high risk of serious illness. Below are recommendations for the rest of the world. America was a complete... So the rest of the world has been doing this. Australia, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, even the UK. You have to be 75 years or older. So they were all, we're the latecomer. You know why? Because Big Pharma owns our country more than those other countries. That's why. Because we're the only country that allows Big Pharma to put ads on our television news shows or in our newspapers. Those other countries don't. They're not allowed to do that. And that's why they had more sensible policies than we did. And that's why it's taken so long. And so here's a guy who is now in the working at the FDA. Now, I've showed you this guy before when he lied about the emergency use authorization, but he has told some truths about. So he's one of those. He's what they call a limited hangout guy. And so now he's working at the FDA. And listen to what he had to say. He's now the head of the Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research at the FDA. His name is Vinny Prasad. And I've done videos about him before showing you how he's lied about RFK, and now he's working for RFK. Isn't that interesting? So here we go.
So based on prior immunologic endpoints, that means proof that the vaccine can create antibodies in people, companies can apply for, and we will consider approval for 65 and older and or people at high risk of severe vaccine. So if you're older than 65 or you're high risk for vaccine, we're going to use the immunologic endpoints we've been using to grant approval. This is a tremendously broad category. This effectively means 100 to 200 million Americans, those with the most favorable benefit to harm balance, will be covered by such approvals. The CDC has a list of the conditions that qualify as high risk for severe vaccine. You can peruse the list. It's also in our New England Journal paper. It is a broad list. There's a lot of things on this list. I'll just highlight a few. Obesity is on this list. Physical inactivity is on this list. Mood disorders, including depression, is on this list, and all immunocompromised conditions are on this list. In other words, at-risk Americans can be reassured that they will be covered by such approval.
So that means basically anybody can still get it and your insurance will cover it. That's really what that means. And as our guest of the show, friend of the show, Mary Talley Bowden points out, he's very careful not to mention that pregnant women are on the list of high-risk patients because he knows people will freak out. But they are on the list. Pregnant women will continue to get these shots without placebo-controlled trials. He's doing that. So at last count, 14% of pregnant women were getting the still. And he knows what that means. Because I know what that means. Warning, if you are obese, this is considered a risk factor and you will be encouraged to take boosters. By the way, don't forget that the two people in charge of the department at the FDA resigned over the boosters. They thought the booster program was so corrupt and so wrong that they resigned. And they had been there for 35 years. And guess what they did? They let him go, and then they put two lackeys in there who went along with whatever Big Pharma said. And they're still there. The FDA is to limit vaccine approval to Americans over the age of 65, those with medical conditions. Note, the list of risk factors is long, and there is no current evidence of benefit from boosters, but they will continue to push you to booster up. And here is... So I have to tell you that the boosters are safe and effective, and they will help you. They won't stop you from getting, but they're going to keep you from getting seriously ill, hospitalized, or dead. So that's fantastic. Here's the long list of if you have these conditions, you're still going to be encouraged by the FDA to get the boosters. This is the FDA is going to encourage you. So that's it. It was up until 5 seconds ago, they were telling you to give it to a 6-month-old baby. Up until 5 seconds ago. They estimate more than 100 million Americans are still going to be eligible for the shots. 100 million. So that's a third of the country. Basically a third of the country is still going to be eligible for the shots, which means that that means that money's going to go to big pharma. That's what that means. In past years, the shots have been broadly recommended, including to children and to generally healthy people. It was not immediately clear whether healthy people under 65 would be able to get their shots or whether insurers would pay for them. What they did was they got around that. Well, we're just going to pretend like most people are unhealthy. And so they'll be covered by the insurance, so Big Pharma gets the money. That's what that is. That's 100 million Americans. If they do not make it permissive, meaning that individuals who are not in this risk group, it is likely now that payers will not pay for the vaccine. So, okay. Therefore, in a sense, it is equivalent of taking away the from someone. So there's people still yelling about this. The change, which top Trump health officials had earlier forecast in vaguer terms, comes just 2 days before the agency's independent advisors are set to make recommendations on selecting the formula that makers should use to potentially adjust their shots to target the strain of the coronavirus currently circulating the country. The new framework will also seek for makers to conduct a randomized controlled trial before the agency signs off on coronavirus shot for healthy people. So they're still saying they're going to sign off. We need you to do an actual randomized trial, though. And I'm sure that's not going to be rigged. I'm sure that trial is going to be done on the up and up. When possible, the agency will encourage manufacturers to complete such trials. They will encourage them to complete such trials after they get the agency's approval for high-risk groups. After. Did I just read that correct? Does it say after? So they're going to approve it, but then they want them to do the trial after it gets approval. That doesn't seem suspect at all, does it? The FDA will approve for high-risk persons and at the same time demand robust gold standard data on persons at low risk. The clinical trials will inform future it's unbelievable. So this is not what this is not what people voted for. This is a little bit. It's a little better. It's a little better. During a presentation Tuesday afternoon, the FDA leaders did not directly say whether healthy people younger than 65 would be eligible to get the shots. Vinny Prasad said the agency is interested in companies conducting. So we already did this. Okay. In recent weeks, Trump administration has questioned the testing of for coronavirus shots, introducing uncertainty over whether an updated shot would be available in the fall. RFK, the nation's health secretary and founder of a prominent anti-vax, this is the Washington Post, has said he intends to shift the way tested, a notion that has sparked concern among medical experts. You mean he wants to have real tests he wants to have better safety testing? Oh my God. And so you see Washington Post gets a lot of money from Big Pharma. That's what that is.
Yes, Big Pharma experts.
That's right. Ian Weissman says the possibility that vaccines would become unavailable for kids alarmed pediatricians. I bet it didn't. I see children admitted to the hospital. They're not all high-risk children. If we have effective that prevent illness, use them. Okay. Children are at less of a risk from they are from the flu. And these guys are out there shilling for Big Pharma. Just so you know. Okay. Maha. Over to Steph.
All right. Yes or no? No. Okay. All right. Are you doing one more story? Was that
No,
it?
that's it.
All right. Big screen camera 4 while Jimmy and Misha make their way out for their important meeting. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
We'll see you Saturday.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to see you Saturday. That'll be a blast. Saturday at Two Roads in a beautiful Los Angeles, Studio City. And it's a great show. There'll be about, it's small. It's about intimate seating, 60. And as you can see, we don't have anything in LA for months. We don't have anything on the books for months. So I don't think there's anything through July, actually. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to check one of our shows out, you should come out and go to jimmydore.com and check out our website, and you'll see links for all of our upcoming shows. All right, here we go. Jimmy's making his way out. Florida bill is making geoengineering a felony. Hope more states follow. Hempcar. Thank you for that, Hempcar. Jimmy, you are growing on me. You are right on the money. GKPL, thank you. All right, you can show me. My mother won't mind if she loses Medicaid, Giraffe Rider. A more apt name for the Iron Dome would be the Iron Colander, BC. The Golden Dome will work about as well as the Cone of Silence on Get Smart. Sparky63. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it works now. It's just me. It's just you and me. Just you and me, and you just get to listen to me read the super chats. That's how it rolls right now. I know. And some of you are going to take off, going to leave me here. Oh, what's this one? Would love to see you host Nicole Shanahan, who's running California for governor, versus Chicago reporter William J. Kelly. What do you think? Well, I'll just tell you, just want world peace. I think we've reached out several times to Nicole. Just so you know. Don't want to let you down. If I voted for Trump, I'd be so disappointed right now. Love you, Steph. Free Kerp. Kerp did nothing wrong. Luna Lugger. Love right back at you. Look at videos of Dan and Cash a year ago. Their eyes are different now. It's creepy. Anyways, I tagged Trump today. You hired Dan and Cash to help Israel kill you and covered it up for them. Mazel tov. Wow, Crystal. Yet he cut FEMA funding for North Carolina relief. Samurai. Thank you. Eisenhower again. That wasn't a warning. That was a confession. He helped to build the SOB. People are so gullible. He had just finished helping build it. Rubber toe. Thank you for that one. Might as well poke hornet's nest and put your hands over your face. Jack in a box. Oh, let's see. Let's see what else I have. Let's see. Are you coming to the Studio City show? It'll be fun. Let's see what's another one. What do we have here? Oh, Jimmy and friends at Two Roads. I love that. Let's keep that up there. The Golden Dome sounds like you'd give it to an erotic encounter with a female Russian escort who agrees to take money to pee on you. My underscore war. I know I read that earlier. It was funny. I don't have a pot to piss in, but by God, in America, I have free peaches and the right to keep and bear my arms. Suck on that, Euro trash. Why did it turn so ugly at that one? If we have to pay, can we just pay the military to build bridges and water infrastructure and housing? No shit, Bassinet, right? I mean, how old are the pipes in the United States? And that's not a euphemism for anything, kids. Thank you for that one. All right, let's see here. Hope you covered Jake Tapper's embarrassing interview on Megyn Kelly. That dude's a sociopath. AJ Murray. I didn't even see that yet. I can't wait to check it out. You know you're screwed when you lose P. Morgan. Ham hock. Steph, your Hawaii t-shirt last episode. Didn't see it live, so here's a buck. Abiding, you're sweet. Thank you so much. It was like a little present from my mom. RB Ham, you'll notice in the Schultz interview, Burby mentioned his wife. It was a Freudian slip because I'm sure he cut a deal to keep her out of trouble with her money troubles. Thank you, RB. Dan Balgino, Akash Singh, is the other comedian with Schultz. When are you coming to Central Florida for a show? And can you get Akash to tag along? Oh, thank you, Gary. That's a nice recommendation. Just in, hold on. Reaction to White House embarrassment of South African leader. It is now treason in South Africa for whites to complain of bad treatment, punishable by death. Oh! Pfizer own documentation stated the elderly/frail and the immune compromised should not take their injection, or pregnant women. Thank you for that one, Sharon. Much appreciated. S. Ford, what's up? Let me get this straight. If you're old or predisposed to illness, you can get the bioweapon, the real special ed. U.S. has tested Minutemen in Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Cold War 2.0. Who can claim Golden Dome is impenetrable by hypersonic? And why didn't Russia or China attack U.S. earlier if they could? Oh, look at that card. Jimmy Dore, I love it. Lurka Perka. Thank you, Lurka Perka. In what world are we living in where we encourage pregnant women to take experimental shots? We are advised to not eat lunch meat, sushi, or too much caffeine when with child. That was my red flag, Melissa. Now, you know, it's funny. I love that you said pregnant women and not pregnant people. Jeez. Hold on. You get a gong for that one, girl. Woo! Ooh, almost hit myself. Okay, let's see here. Let me see if I missed anything else. Let's see. Did I read that one? Let's see. Yes, Minutemen. Melissa. Yes. Oh, and Nicole Shanahan, I read that one. Girls, gentlemen, it looks like that's it for today. Here we go. Let's see what's another one that Misha made for me. Oh, I love that. Toledo. Look at these cards. They're so nice. Let me see if I can find my other card that I want to leave on today. Let's see. Oh, no. Where is it? Oh, there we go. How should you talk to friends and relatives who believe conspiracy theories? Hey, bro, you're right about everything. I'm sorry. All right, we'll be back on Friday. We aim for 1 p.m. That's our goal, all right? All right, I'll see you later. And remember, resist much, obey little. Adios.